My name's Adela and I'm the mental health counselor. Before I begin to ask you any questions, I do want to let you know your rights of confidentiality. Anything that you say in here is confidential unless you are a danger to yourself or the safety of others. I do have to report that. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. What brings you here today, Carmen?
I'm here because I find myself sad and crying all the time. I feel so alone. It's so hard for me to get out of bed. I'm a single mom, so it's hard. I never talk about my problems, but I just don't really know what to do.
I'm so sorry that you've been feeling this way, but I'm happy that you came here today to seek some help. How many children do you have?
I have two girls, a 13-year-old and an 8-year-old.
How's the father's relationship with the girls?
Well, there's not really a relationship. When we separated about a year ago, he stopped seeing them and he doesn't even help financially.
I'm so sorry. And how would you describe your relationship with their dad?
There isn't one now. When I came to the U.S. at 18 years old by myself, I met him and he was my first and only love. I mean, at first he gave me the support that I needed. He was all that I knew, but he'd also hit me, cuss at me, or call me names.
I'm sorry that you had to go through that.
I just, had enough. I was tired of being mistreated. It was the hardest decision I ever made, especially since I'm undocumented. We never married, so I wasn't able to gain citizenship. But I'm scared he'll decide to come around and be violent again.
I can only imagine how hard that must have been for you and how hard it is for you. Do you and your daughters have housing at the moment, a safe place to stay?
Well, right now we've been living in a back house of a friend from church.
How about income? How does your family manage basic necessities?
I work as a hairstylist. I'm a friend salon, and I get help from the government for my girl's condition. My youngest has cerebral palsy, so she requires a lot of care. I find myself crying at times. I want to be alone. I get irritable at times. I, want to feel better.
Based on the symptoms you're experiencing, it sounds like you might have depressed mood.
I didn't think about it that way. I, just want to feel better. I want to stop crying and being so sad.
Well, I would like to support you in making you feel better and in helping you heal and hopefully not be so sad. Earlier, you said that you never talk about your problems. How would you feel about getting to a place where you are able to talk about your problems, to talk about what's happening to you?
I'm not sure.
There's a type of therapy that we use. It's called narrative therapy. And it allows you to talk about your feelings, share your thoughts, and to basically provide your story and hopefully helping you heal. How do you feel about that?
As scary as it sounds, I think I'm ready to tell my story and heal.
We agreed that you would go home, challenge your thoughts, and would rewrite your narrative for the remaining chapters, just like we did in our last session.
Yes, I did it. Can we start off with one in particular?
Yes, please.
Well, originally I wrote, "It's my fault that I feel this way because a good Catholic Latina wife is supposed to obey God and her husband and stay married, or in my case, with the father of her children until she dies, so I deserve this sadness. It's my cross to bear."
Okay, it's your cross to bear. How did you challenge that thought and rewrite it?
Well, originally, at first I thought about the different things we did in our last session with the role playing and the activity on responsibility, which at first I thought was silly, but seeing it actually helped me. So I did my own little responsibility pie. I realized Well, let me just read you what I wrote.
Okay.
I used to think that everything was my fault and I deserved to be punished, but I realized that I did the best thing that I could do for my children. It was as much his responsibility to be a good husband, just like it was mine to be a good wife. Things just didn't work out. I deserve to be happy.
I find you're not blaming yourself. How do you feel now that you've challenged your thoughts and rewritten your narrative?
Good, actually.
How so?
Well, I feel more in control of my feelings and my actions when I challenge my negative thoughts. I feel kind of like, ¿cómo se dice? Fuerte.
Fuerte, yes, strong, empowered.
Sí, empowered. I can even be a better mom. Things are still very difficult, but I feel like I'm not so sad.
You're not so sad and you're feeling stronger and empowered. Maybe it was in you all along?
Yes.
Carmen, here we are on our last day together. How are you feeling?
Every day it's not easy, but as you always remind me, I'm in control of how I choose to view things, so I try to stay positive.
Just hearing you say that shows me how far you've come. And how does having this perspective make you feel?
It feels really good. I feel like I'm more in control of my life, and because of it I can be a better mom to my 2 girls.
That's wonderful to hear. Since this is our last session, I want to use the time to create a success plan for you, to have as a reminder of the progress that you've made here and for you to help you on those not so easy days that we talked about and you mentioned earlier.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start by listing some of your strengths, things that you're good at, and things that keep you motivated.
Okay. Well, I'm hardworking. I'm good at my job. I'm a good mother to my daughters. Because they're my biggest motivation. They're my life.
Okay, good. Now, let's list the skills you've learned, the things and positive distractions you have to help you.
I have learned to rewrite my narrative and accept what is in and out of my control. The one-on-one time that I've been spending with each of my daughters and taking a walk on my lunch break, all that has really helped too.
Okay. Lastly, let's write down the names of your support system that we've talked about. Remember the people you can talk to and that can help you with the girls if it gets too overwhelming, like your friends or the women from church.
Okay.
Mira, I also want to give you this card. It has information on where you can seek additional help if you need. It's for parents of children with cerebral palsy. This agency's number in case you ever feel like you need individual counseling in the future.